got there, you stopped, and you decided not to go in. What would you have done had you crossed over the border? What was your plan?
When I first have got the idea of making the film, my idea was to cross the border and kind of make a statement that you can't stop me, you know. But then actually when I realized, when I reached there, it was a different atmosphere because I was physically tired, and then there was an atmosphere that there was like I've got all this, I have to be really careful. And then on the other side, I saw this big army base and everything. So I was happy when I saw my land, but then suddenly this dark cloud comes over. So then I realized it's better not to cross, and that makes a stronger statement as a filmmaker than crossing it as an individual. I hope it answers your question.
Yes. Oh, let's upstairs.
Does the road go from Gokra all the way to Dongson now?
It pretty much goes all the way, but the problem is there's so many landslides, so every time you have to walk, and then, you might think I haven't got loads of things to carry, but I went in only one set of clothes, and rest all are equipment, so therefore you see me in only one set of clothes for the 30 days or something, so, but I did have some wash it in, I wash it in the river or something, so, but it is, there is a straight road, but it's not straightforward as that. It's basically you walk back into the literally 1950s or 60s, something like that kind of age. You know, the roads are not good, and there's only one jeep in a whole village, and by the time if you miss it, then there's no second one. Yes.
Sounds like you're very prepared with like backup media and cameras. Do you have any trouble with the ball at all?
Can you repeat the question? So the question is, it sounded like he was prepared with backups and cameras. Did he have any trouble in Nepal at all?
I had some trouble when I was filming the monastery. I was filming the artist, and somebody actually reported me, so this whole village turned out, and then they were saying it's $600 I pay as a fine, and then we haggled and bargained, and I have got that camera I've got has got it takes two memory cards, and then it records on both of it, but we showed, because they didn't know it, so we showed one, and then no, there's a whole so we showed the footage and they said we didn't have much footage, but they wanted $600. But I could have said delete the one set of pictures and then come back and use the footage, but I didn't feel it right. In the future they might say I just stole the footage or something. So we haggled and bargained and came down to $300, and then straight away I left the village because I didn't want to attract more attention.
Is your sense that the Tibetan people will free Tibet, that Tibet will be free? Is your sense that Tibetan people feel that possibility? Let's repeat the question.
Yes.
Okay, so the question is your sense that Tibet will be free and that the Tibetan people in Nepal feel the hostility? Is that the question?
They feel a possibility.
A possibility of a free Tibet.
Of course, that's the only hope we have. Therefore, we all are working hard. So no matter how, I think even we got completely destroyed or something, there's one person left, still he wishes that, so. Yes.
The nomads that you met in Mustang?
Yes.
Are they Buddhist? And is there still a strong nomadic tradition in Tibet?
So the question is were the nomads that were met in Mustang Buddhist? And is there still a strong nomad tradition inside of Tibet?
The nomads, there are roughly 10 families. Now it's down there are only like 5 families because it's a tough job because they can't graze all over between the Tibet and Nepal. Now they cross the border. So, but they are pure Tibetans, so therefore it's much easier for me to film. And then being asked a local to film it, then the world's best because they're Tibetan. So I tell them that I'm a Tibetan, but can you not tell anybody unless I leave? So then, because there's no mobile phone or anything, so only thing that spreads is the word of mouth. So before somebody reaches somebody under the town, by the time I would have been born somewhere else. So therefore, they're pure Tibetan, but therefore it's much easier to ask them. And second thing is, there is a strong nomad tradition in Tibet, but now they are doing, what do you call it?
They're economically marginalized and they're rehoming them. So you're forcing them off the lands into government housing, which they're forced to pay back, so it's an indentured kind of servitude type of situation. So it is being destroyed, yeah.
Yes.
When you are in the room interviewing a Tibetan, is there anyone else in the room besides you, the cameraman, and the person that's talking?
Let me read your question.
How do you get them to relax?
Okay, so the question is, when you're in the room, is there another, when you're in the room interviewing a Tibetan, is there anybody else there, and how do you get them to relax with you? That's the question, so they're not frightened to talk to the camera.
They're really nervous when they see the camera, but what I do is I put the old man next to it, and then their own family together, and then we start a conversation. And I tell the cameraman to record, but don't go into the face. So every interview we are zooming in from quite a distance. And therefore you see a little bit shake, because the more you zoom, the bigger the shake you see.
Yeah.
But because I don't want to do like the media does here, that camera is right on your face and record it, because that makes them really uncomfortable. So by the time he is quite confident, then I tell the others to stop talking. But you can still hear other people talking in all the interviews, that there are some other external noise that comes in the middle, but these are just to make people much more comfortable. And I always tell them, just say whatever you like, and I'll edit it. And so that's the reason why.
Are you saying they feel more comfortable in a small group talking?
Yeah, more in the family and friends, they feel more comfortable to be done the interview than just him and me and camera. So therefore, most of the interview, I sit with them talking, then actually just asking like a media does in front of facing the camera. Because the Italian, he was confident, but the others were really nervous, so I had to use another method to get the interview. Yes.
What's your next project?
Oh,
So the question is, what's the next project?
I've got this one transferred, which is I'm hoping to complete either by end of this year, and I am planning to make Little Tibet 3, and then I want to end the trilogy. So I'll be the first Tibetan to make a trilogy. So